Manual punch for logo making. Start by preparing image data for the logo you want to make. Launch the layout and editing of the PE design next. We'll import a brother logo that we've prepared by selecting Open from the Image tab of Layout and Editing, and then selecting From File. We can select Modify Image on the Image tab to adjust the density of the template image. Customize the density so that the digitized shape is easy to see. From Manual Punch, select Curved Block. From the Sewing attribute pane, select Undersewing to On, Density to 6.5 lines per millimeter, Half Stitch to On, and Pull Compensation to 0.1 millimeters. We will digitize curved blocks, starting the stitch at the curved area near the vertical stem of the bee. Skilled use of the running stitch allows you to create data that can be stitched in one motion without trimming thread. Eliminating thread trimming reduces sewing time. Once about half of the curve is digitized, click the Running Stitch button or the V key to position the running stitch at the upper right tip of the vertical stem of the bee. Click the Straight Block button or the Z key to create block data that extends to the bottom of the vertical stem. Then click the Curved Block button or the X key to create the rest of the curve. Note that double-clicking while data is being created will end data creation. If you do double-click while data is being created, the machine will not trim the thread as long as the distance between the point where you stop digitizing and the digitizing start point for the next set of data is 5 millimeters or less, so make sure to restart at a point within 5 millimeters. Next, we'll create a running stitch that extends to the bottom left of the vertical stem of the R to create a straight block. We'll then create the rest of the letter using curved blocks. Now we'll create a running stitch extending to the middle of the right side of the O. Having the running stitch go to this position makes it easier to move to the T that comes next. Create curved blocks. Create a running stitch that extends to the upper right point of the horizontal cross of the T. Then use a straight block to create the horizontal cross. Create a running stitch that extends to the upper right point of the vertical stem. Use a straight block to create the vertical stem and then curved blocks to create the rest. If we create the T so that it overlaps the vertical stem of the H slightly, we can generate a solid piece of stitches with no gaps. Create a running stitch that extends to the upper right point of the vertical stem of the H. Then create a straight block that extends from that point to about halfway down the vertical stem. Once again, create a running stitch that extends to the bottom right of the vertical stem, and then curved blocks that run from there to a point halfway along the curve of the H. Use a running stitch again to move to the bottom left of the curve and finish the remaining portion with a straight block. Create a running stitch that extends to the bottom right of the horizontal bar in the E. Then, create a straight block from that point to finish the bar. Create a running stitch that extends to the bottom of the curved portion, then create curved blocks from that point. For the R, create a running stitch that extends to the top of the curved portion, and then create curved blocks that extend to the vertical stem area. Finish the remaining portion by creating a straight block. Once you have reached the final point of the logo, double-click or press Enter to end data creation mode. Editing data. You can edit the data to make it more solid by selecting the digitized data with the Point Editing tool and then clicking specific points to make improvements. Select a thread color.